What we do here is go back.
What's up, Triple L crew? It's ibyl, and today I'm going to be sharing with you all my locking process, misses and disses. Alright, so far in my locking process, there's some things I miss, and there's some things that I don't miss. And I'm going to call those my disses, like my dislikes. As you're listening through, feel free to comment below. Let me know the things you agree with. And also share with me, what are your misses and disses so far in your locking process? Now, keep in mind that some of these misses and disses are contradictory. But if I could have the best of both worlds, then I would, of course, take it. Alright, so the first 7 will be misses, and the next 7 will be disses. Alright, so one thing I miss is curly cues. And I had them for what seemed like forever. And when I had them, I was like not as excited about them at times. Because I knew that if I had the curly cues, that means my hair wasn't locking yet. And it's all about getting to the mature lock stage. So I was ready for them to go so that I could get to the lock stage. But I remember thinking how different styles looked with the curly cues. It was automatically there, and I guess it's there because of my hair texture. But as my hair matured, of course, the lock forms from the bottom up, and yeah, the curly cues had to go away. But I remember, just having those automatic curls there, and how styles looked with them there. So I miss my curly cues. If any of you out there have curly cues, embrace them, because they're going to go away and they won't come back unless you start a fresh new set of locks. I also miss the newness of locks. And what I mean by that is, especially with sister locks, you have this fresh new parting grid, which is different, unlike anything I've ever had. Like, even with braids, it still wasn't as fresh and crisp as a sister lock grid. I miss, the itty bitty, tiny looking locks at the very beginning. Because as your locks mature, they swell, then they shrink back down to the size they're going to be. So they go through a whole little process. But I miss the newness of, straight from an install look. And whenever I see newbies on YouTube or Instagram posting their install and their journey so far, it kind of puts me in that nostalgic moment, thinking back to when my locks were, fresh and new. So I miss the newness. I really can't put it into words. Hopefully you all are understanding what I'm trying to say, but yeah. Alright, I also miss short hair. I know, contradictory. Been on this obsessed with length and on this length goal, but I miss short hair, where my locks barely touch my shoulders. And I call that the carefree stage. Once again, anytime I see newbies on YouTube or Instagram and they're posting their pictures and they have shorter locks, I'm like, that's the carefree stage. You take off your bonnet, shake, and go. Not to say that when your hair gets longer, you can't be carefree, but it's a little different. Like, I can be carefree with a ponytail in a sense, but typically I don't have all my hair down because, once again, I get at my face and all that. But with the short locks, I can have it down and it won't be in my face. I wouldn't have any of those issues. Excuse you all hear the sirens right now, but we're gonna proceed. So yeah, I miss short hair. I miss length freedom. When your hair is shorter, it's not like past your shoulders. There's not that much it's interacting with. And so, oftentimes you're free of length. But I noticed as my hair got longer, I had to be more proactive and mindful of what my hair is touching. What shirts I'm wearing, what scarves I'm wearing, because if my hair touches it, and it's a certain type of fabric, it's going to be sucked into the lock. So, yeah, I miss length freedom. Alright, I miss my first loctician. She is the bum diggity. And she started my install, she started my locks, and she maintained my hair for the first 4 years. And the only reason I'm not still going to her is because I moved from my hometown, and it was rough trying to find someone new. The lady I go to now, I absolutely love her. But if I was still in my hometown, I would still be going to my first loctician. Shout out to you. I miss, once again, contradictory, I miss all black locks. Some days I don't like the mixture of both colors. My black hair, which is my natural hair color, with the colored hair, which is like ombre browns. Then there's days where I'm like, okay, it looks jazzy. But yeah, there's sometimes I'm like, I wish they were all black. If you've seen a recent video of mine where I talk about if I didn't have locks and what color I would color it, once again, that color is still not black. But there's times where I'm like, I wish my hair was all black again. Because I look back at old pictures where my hair was all black. It just gives a different look. Yeah, that's one miss. I miss all my locks fitting under one plastic cap. When I wash my hair, I oil my scalp, and then I put my hair in a plastic cap. But at this point, if I'm going to use a plastic cap, it needs to be 2, because all of these locks cannot fit in one plastic cap. Or I have to get a plastic bag. These are my 7 misses. Moving on to my 7 disses. So my 7 dislikes. I do not miss these at all. And thumbs up if you feel me on any of these. Let me know in the comment box below. Let me know your video response. I do not miss banding my hair. No, don't miss it at all. I do not miss frequent retinings for the top center of my hair. As I shared in a previous video, this was the part of my hair that has a looser texture, and so it's more wavy-like. And that was the part of my hair where I had to go every 3 to 3.5 weeks to get a retighten, while the rest of my hair was like on 7 to 8 weeks. I don't miss having to wait to color my hair. My first loctician wanted to make sure my hair was stable enough and ready for color so that I wouldn't have any issues. So I had to wait 4 years, I think it was 4, after my install to get my hair colored. And this is per her advice, which I completely respect her expertise. So if she had me wait 7 years, I would have waited 7. And I don't miss having to wait, because I remember asking early on, can I get color now? She's like, not yet, wait a little while. So then when I get color, I'm like, I like when it was fresh, where the browns went from the brown in my skin to the brown in my hair, all the way down to the end of my locks. But you know, as it grows out, then you see your roots again. And initially I didn't like that mixture, and I still have times now where I don't like that mixture of black and the color. But I didn't want to keep getting it recolored. All right, another diss, sitting through that 14-hour installation. I see all the time people post about their install and how long it took. And I just can't imagine more than 14 hours. Like 14 hours was a lot. But I hear people saying they did over 2 days, and it was like 40 hours, 30 some hours. Like, what? Post below, what was the length of your install? Like, how many hours did it take? Was it 1 day or multiple days? I think my first loctician had like super fingers. Like, she worked quickly, because I have a lot of hair. And I had about 500 or so locks when I first got them installed, and she did that in 14 hours. And we took a break. Like, we took maybe 2-3 breaks or whatever. She had those magic fingers. That's why she is the bomb diggity. I don't miss struggling to get a ponytail. I remember just waiting. I couldn't wait to get a ponytail, and I would basket weave the top part, and like halfway I would have a ponytail. The back would just be down because it wasn't long enough to get it all in the ponytail, but it was like a struggle ponytail at the top. Now I rely too much on the ponytail because that's my lazy style. Oh, I don't want a salad, put it in a ponytail. I do not miss long retightenings. After I moved away from my hometown, I ended up having to look for other locticians. So I ended up going to this loctician that would sometimes take 5 to 7 hours to retying my hair. She took forever. So I would literally be in the chair, sleep. Like, I would fall asleep when I get there, wake up, she was just about done. That was a long time. The loctician I go to now, like clockwork every time, 3.5 hours. Nothing more. I love it. I do not miss not having long enough locks to do certain styles. I remember I was on Cheska Locks page, and she had done this tutorial for a style, and I was like, ooh, I'm gonna do that. So I started working on the style. I'm like, oh my gosh, my hair is not even long enough for it to even look anything like what she did. I still put it together. I didn't make a modification, but yeah, I don't miss that. So while I miss having short locks, I don't miss not having long enough locks for certain styles. Yeah, once again, contradictory, but if I could have the best of both worlds, then I would. Those are all of my disses, my dislikes. Don't forget to dialogue with me in the comment box below about what are your misses and disses. Feel free to do a video response. And keep in mind, this video had me thinking about how the things we don't have are the things we want. And the things we may have had at one point, we didn't probably appreciate them or want them when we did have them. But when they're gone or we no longer have them, we miss them. So we always have this quest, or I know I see this in myself, this quest of wanting things that we don't have. Or wanting things the most because we don't have it. Like, do I want those things, or I want them just because I don't have them anymore? Food for thought. What is your lock-anniversary date? I want to know. I have started a Google form, and the link is below. And I want you to click on that link, go and type in your lock-anniversary date, because I would love to give you a shout out on your lock-anniversary dates. And I think these shout out videos will start in December. So if there's any of you all that have a lock-anniversary date in December, make sure you get to that Google form really quickly, and so you can put in your date. But if it's any other month of the year, of course put it in, and when your month comes, in one of my videos for that month, likely the first video, you're gonna get a shout out for your lock-anniversary. And in that way, then I will send a flood of people to your page. If you have a YouTube page, or if you have Instagram, whatever social media you have, and they can all wish you a happy lock-anniversary, because that's an exciting time. I remember my first lock-anniversary. I was like, oh, 1 year in, I made it a year, you know. And then it was like 2 years. I made it 2 years. And next year in March, it'll be my 8th year. Like, really? You've been rocking locks for 8 years? So it's a really exciting time. It makes you kind of reminisce about when you started and just think about your journey. So I want to wish everyone a happy lock-anniversary on their specific month. So please make sure you go to the link, type it into the Google form, and I will give you the shout out when your month comes. Thank you for tuning in for another Lock Blitz video. I have more coming this week. Thank you for those who left suggestions. And subscribe if you haven't already. Like, share it across all social media, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.